If you're over 40 and you've started noticing aches in your knees, stiffness in your hips, or a little less spring in your step, you might think, this is just part of aging, I'm getting older. And to some degree, yes, some change is normal. But what most people don't realize is that what we call aging is just often accelerated degeneration. And it doesn't have to happen or happen as quickly in that way. So what does normal aging of your joints actually look like? It's slower. It's gentler, it's more graceful than you've ever been led to believe. Your cartilage, that smooth, rubbery cushion in your joints, it doesn't naturally just thin away over time. Your body produces a little less synovial fluid, which helps your joints glide, but the process is gradual, and your body is equipped with built-in systems to maintain and repair joint tissues. Usually when somebody has breaking down joints, I call it a tissue issue first. The tire goes flat, and then you ruin the rims. That means you're supposed to stay mobile, active, and relatively pain-free well into your 50s like me, or your 60s, 70s, and 80s. So why do so many people experience chronic joint pain by their 50s? Because we've stopped supporting the systems that keep our joints healthy. We sit more, we're less active, we're more sedentary, we move less, we ignore alignment issues, and then we mask the pain with pills instead of just listening to our bodies. And over time, things add up. Small injuries, poor circulation, low-grade inflammation begins to stack up, leading to chronic conditions, arthritis, stiffness, and even joints breaking down. But here's the good news. The process is reversible. Not overnight, but it's absolutely possible to turn back the clock of time on your joint health, no matter your age or condition. The first step is understanding the simple truth that your joints, they don't just wear out. They respond to how you treat them, how you approach it. That means if you start feeding your joints the right nutrients, increasing circulation and flow, improving alignment, and reducing inflammation of your body's going to respond. Your cartilage won't regrow like magic, but the tissues around it can strengthen, they can repair, they can regenerate and heal, just like a cut on your arm would heal. The inflammation can cool down, the pain can ease up, and the freedom to move can return. Your mobility, your independence, your joy in life. So how do you start? Complex conditions require simple solutions. Number one, you gotta get movement. Move your body, even if it's just gentle stretching. Maybe it's yoga, walking, jogging, cycling, rowing. Motion creates emotion. And it also improves nutrient exchange via imbibition. This increases lubrication in your joints and it signals repair and healing. This is also why vibration platforms and plates help those struggling to even walk anymore. Nutrient exchange. Number two, complement movement with anti-inflammatory foods. Keep it simple, easy, and practical. Use my acronym, SERF. S-E-R-F. Simply eat real foods. What is that? Real food versus fake foods. Not the over-processed crap, but rather nutrient-rich foods, clean meats, clean proteins, organic veggies, fruits, nuts, beans. If it grew from the ground, if it grew from a tree, swam in the water, walked in the woods, flew in the sky, keep your lifestyle eating habits healthy, easy, and practical. Eat a generous amount of good fats versus bad fats. Good fats will balance your cholesterol and make you healthy. Good fats like omega fats, olive oils, avocados, MCT oils, which is coconut oil. You have things like SCT oil, short chain triglycerides, which is things like ghee or clarified butter. Beautiful butyric acid found in raw butter. Use cruciferous vegetables, superfoods, leafy greens, berries. Berries rock the antioxidant scores. And be generous with herbs and spices, which are highly antioxidant and anti-inflammatory. Things like cinnamon, clove, pepper, thyme. You got turmeric, things like nutraceutical supplements. Complement your diet with things like bromelain, a multi-collagen complex, probiotics, digestive enzymes, and magnesium. These aren't just trends, they're fuel for your tissues. And now number 3, stay hydrated. It's not how much you drink, it's how much you absorb. Once again, we're back to nutrient exchange. You want to flush out the bad and you want to bring in the good. Try to shoot for half of your body weight in ounces of water daily. Not milk, not soda, not energy drinks, but rather H2O, purified or filtered types of water. So for instance, I'm 150 pounds. That means I should get about 75 ounces of water daily for good cellular hydration. Cellular dehydration leads to cellular inflammation. Your cell walls become sick. Think of cellular hydration like this. Think of a plump, fat, juicy grape with all of its nutrients versus a dried, withered up grape. Cellular dehydration. That leads to cellular inflammation in your tissues. So stay well hydrated, provided it's also balanced with good electrolytes, mineral balance. So try to do this with a good multi-mineral supplement, or better yet, the Blahniks love a few pinches of pink Himalayan or Celtic sea salt. A pinch of salt goes a long way. And here's why. Generally, pink sea salt has about 60 to 70 trace minerals that are beneficial for balancing your blood pressure, helping your metabolism, and balancing your electrolytes so you're not getting edema and swelling and that interstitial fluid buildup. Your lymph nodes will flow better. So wherever you're starting at your water intake today, start simple. Okay, so let's say that you're only drinking 12 ounces of water per day, but your cells require, let's say, 100 ounces per day. Just simply add 4 to 8 ounces per week, gradually, over the next few weeks by adding trace minerals to balance your electrolytes. Do it slow, do it gradual, so you're not flushing out the good things as well. Remember, out with the bad and in with the good. It's not how much you drink, it's how much you absorb. So let's talk about number 4. Check your alignment. Check with your chiropractor perhaps, because maybe you just need an adjustment. A slight, simple imbalance, maybe it's in your low back or your pelvis or your hips, they can overload one hip, one knee, an ankle or foot. And that can start the degenerative nature of the condition. Remember that old song, the hip bone is connected to the thigh bone's connected to your, yeah, you remember. Anyways, you have to think north and south of where your joint hurts and what's a contributing factor. So get checked, get adjusted, get aligned. So number 5 is integrative and regenerative therapies that are really emerging. Explore therapies that support regeneration and healing, inflammation modulation, and pain relief beyond physical therapy and rehabilitation exercises. There's also things like advanced light therapies, infrared versus red light, blue light therapies, acoustic or shockwave therapy, EMTT, which stands for electromagnetic transduction therapy, PEMF, which is PEMF, stands for pulsed electromagnetic frequencies. Many people are already familiar with ultrasound physiotherapies that target your tissues. And best, these things can be complemented with nutraceutical supplementations to help repair, regeneration, and healing. You want to bake a cake, you're going to have the right ingredients, the right nutrients. And so that's what you're trying to do with your tissues. You're trying to get them to heal. But if you're missing the eggs, you're not baking the cake. If you're using a grill and not the oven, it's not going to bake the cake. So you got to have the right temperature. And all these things are genuinely built in your innate biology. But nutraceutical supplementation is important because you got to have the ingredients for the tissues to heal. And finally, most importantly, what I call mindset matters. Shift your mindset. Aging isn't the enemy. Stagnation is. Sedentary lifestyles are. The moment you start giving your joints what they truly need, movement, nutrient exchange, circulation of blood flow, lymph flow, and nerve flow, alignment, they start changing. You can regenerate, but you can't if you're degenerating. When you take certain pain medication, it essentially is telling your brain that you have no problem, and the brain and nerve system essentially shuts down signaling for regeneration and repair. So don't accept pain as your future. Don't buy into the lies. Don't wait until the joint pain gets worse for that new med, that more powerful dose, or until surgery is the only option. You're not too old, you're not too far gone, or too broken down to heal. You just need the right roadmap. an easier off-ramp from the pill mill, an on-ramp to real health. Simple steps, practical, common sense stuff. And it starts with believing in your body. Your body is designed amazingly. It still remembers how to get better. Let's begin there. So hit that like button, share if you care for somebody else, and subscribe now to take your health, your happiness, and quality of life to the next level. I'm Dr. Emmett, and I'll see you soon.